Hello everybody, I'm the for the Hammer Game Channel. Welcome back to Kaiserreich and to my Romania playthrough, where in the last episode we defeated the Austrians in their entirety. As we now, actually we're not a faction, we do control all of their old puppets and even them. It's very satisfying, I'm very happy with that. We are now going to... Serbia Alliance with Russia. Important news has reached us today. Serbia has officially dissolved the Belgrade Pact, having announced an alliance with the Russian Empire. It seems that while the Belgrade Pact was useful for containing regional threats in the Balkans, it would ultimately be unable to stand against the major powers in Western Europe by itself, hence Serbia's decision to join the Moscow Accord. The question to be asked now is if we follow them or strike our own path instead. I'm going to seek my own path. Serbia, what are you doing? Well, I'm not surprised, but okay, Serbia. If that's how it's gonna be, then I shall prepare myself. And also stick some boys on the Ukrainian border, just because the Russians are actually pushing in, so just to better prepare myself for that. It's fine, Serbia, that's fine. Greece probably join the Entente. I guess if Serbia does end up going to war with... Oh wait, they are at war with the Reichspakt, what am I on about? Bulgaria is going to hopefully deal with them. In fact, it would appear that the Serbians aren't really defending their border very well, which is not shocking at the slightest. Right, now, it's time for the events to get King Michael. That's what's going to happen today. That's what I was wanting to get to. We're going to get King Michael. So Mihai Steshulu, definitely saying that wrong, has only risen to prominence some years ago, but the young shining star legion has quickly gathered his own cult, following him on the movement. It's not clear whether it is from envy, ambition or idealism, but the young man and his followers have broken off from the main legionary movement in a very high profile event. Steshulu has announced his plans of founding a movement of his own he calls the White Eagles. I will not attempt to pronounce that. Splinter movement, while still very nationalist and radical, calls for social reforms such as an 8-hour working day and a decent minimum wage. These ideas have brought many questions of the group's true colours, and many prominent legionnaires are openly accusing Steshulu for being a lapdog for international Jewish socialist conspiracy. The White Eagles, in turn, have criticised the main movement harshly of betraying the working class Romanians. Steshulu's splinter movement is already being branded apostates by prominent legionnaires, and the captain needs to decide soon how to deal with the crisis within the movement. He makes some interesting points. That's the one we want to choose, which really does kill the LEM's influence. Oh, Spanish Civil War is over. So I am just wondering when we'll be able to actually core Transylvania and the likes of Bukovina as well. It's not called Bukovina. Cernoti and Skeva. I don't know how to pronounce these provinces. King despises the government. After an inflammatory speech in the Chamber of Deputies against Cardinal, Steshulu presented numerous allegations against the captain by submitting facsimiles Cardinal's civil registry papers. Steshulu's allegations range from accusing the captain of homosexuality and being directly sponsored by Romania's highest ranking Freemason. While the Legion insists that Steshulu's allegations are utterly insane, King Karl saw opportunity given and took it by dismissing Cardinal and his cabinet. Claiming the Legion was no longer fit to govern or represent the people, the king appointed a new government led by Armand Kalinsu. Cardinal and the Iron Guard are outraged. While we don't truly have a legal reason to, we do have a chance to arrest Cardinal and his thugs while they are vulnerable. We will merely dismiss them for now. That is the option we want to take. The Royal Camarilla is now in power. And of course we have a new government set up. A government which, let's be honest, isn't going to survive very long. We can also get a max of 64 divisions now, which is very nice. The Captain's Wrath. Cornelio Cardinal has certainly not taken his dismissal meekly. Angry, fiery speech after fiery speech has driven the Iron Guard into a frenzy. The rest of the former Prime Minister appeared to have done little to stop the demagogue from spreading his venom against the treacherous Karl. Unrest is quickly spreading as legionnaires protest their leader's dismissal, demanding its government be reinstated. These demands are of course unacceptable. It will be up to the military to handle the situation and ensure the Legion's paramilitaries are suppressed. Otherwise, harsher measures may be needed. Either the Legion should be outright outlawed and completely suppressed, or it may finally be time to cut off the head of the snake and let the Legion fall apart on itself. Well, is there not a saying actually for cutting off the head of a snake? You cut off one head and two more will appear, or something along those lines. I may be just pulling that out my backside, so I think there's a saying about that. I'm going to have to Google that after this. I doubt we're going to have to strike the Serbians, really. They're going to be gone. Russia's actually standing quite well by themselves right now. Well, they do have Latvia and Estonia. With the growing unrest in the countryside, there were rumours a few days ago that the leader of the Iron Guard had gone missing while touring the suburbs of Bucharest to rally support. Today, it was announced that Corneliu Carnal was shot while trying to escape custody in Transkabesti, near the capital. The leader's death was confirmed by Cardinal's surviving lieutenants, willing to avenge him and continue his work. It will only be discovered later that he'd been dragged by gendarmes to Javala prison and executed there. Goodbye. We get some stability. Good old stability. Yeah, Ukraine looks like they're going to be dying, which is a good thing I'm actually over here. I think I might go ahead and fortify even more of the country in preparations for possibly war against the Russians. I might actually see if I can join the Reichspakt. I would quite fancy joining the Germans. Plus, that would literally bring all of the Balkans into their sphere of influence. Karl of Romania assassinated by Iron Guard. The fragile alliance between King Karl II of Romania and Corneliu Carnal's legionary movement was seemingly fated to not last long. Carnal, having been taken out of order to decapitate his movement, but his scorned followers regrouped quickly and tried an avenging gamble to assassinate the king, which has succeeded. In the wake of the bloodbath in the capital, the young Crown Prince Michael has been crowned as king, and remains to be seen how he will manage to bring peace to his country. When their founder was killed, the Legion vowed to avenge him, and they have succeeded. Driving through Bucharest in a luxury automobile, King Karl was ambushed by a legionary death squad and shot several times, killing him and the other occupants. The assassins, calling themselves the Avengers, quickly fled the scene. With the death of the king, the crown is passed to his son, Michael. The country enters a new stage of chaos, and the nation's future remains uncertain. Long live King Michael. Well, there he is. He is here. King Michael the First. So we'll have a couple more little events, and then that will be the great game finished. Descent in the Iron Guard. Legion of Archangel Michael, or Iron Guard, has become a powerful mass movement with a huge following. Despite strict ideological discipline, however, the Guard is not monolithic and is increasingly faces non-conformism within its wide membership. These non-conformist tendencies, be they towards radicalism or moderatism, have allowed the king to exploit divisions within the movement, leading some young, outspoken legionnaires to criticise his legion's leadership. These dissidents will be punished as a certainty, but decree of punishment is not. Cardinal may not wish to advertise this dissident in the Legion or alienate younger members whose support remains tentative. To be honest, we'll just punish the nonconformists. I like how Cornell was mentioning that. He's dead. Can we now move on? You'd think Serbia would have moved their troops off the border with us. While the feud between Karl and Carnal only ended with their deaths, the remnants of the Iron Guard were quick to take advantage of the instability caused by the assassins. Armed green shirts have stormed the parliament and numerous strategic points in Bucharest while the royal palace is under siege. The army stationed in and around the city are already on the move, and they will be likely decide the fate of the Legion's last-ditch attempt to secure the nation. Back to Bucharest. We're going to get the event, The Army Arrives. The army arrives. While the army has largely been neutral in the feud between Karl and Cornal, the two leaders could both count on numerous supporters within. It now has the key to Romania's future. Either help the Green Shirts retake control of the government, or scatter the separatists and side with the young King Michael. We will never support regicide. Martial law is going to be declared. Then we can, yep, martial law declared. As the army mopped up the desperate remnants of the Iron Guard, King Michael stepped in to fill the void, declaring a state of emergency and martial law until order could finally be properly restored. The Carlist and legionary forces completely spent from their power struggle, only the army and young King Michael are left standing to pick up the pieces. The GM becomes a ruling party, we get 10 stability, and the popularity of the authoritarian democracy changes by 10. And we just have one little pop-up left, one event, and we will have finished the great game. Happy days. Now we can focus on other things. I might actually take out Turkey. If we actually had we do have a navy. What's their state? What's their navy like? 27 to 40. Yeah, we'll probably die. Can't really go through Bulgaria. Guess I could go through. Well, Italian Republic's actually still an option for killing them. We could strike them in behind. Oh, there we go. The dust settles. The crisis is finally over. The government has restored order seemingly once and for all. While the nation's future is still clouded in doubt, the way forward is becoming increasingly clear, and a sense of normalcy slowly returns. Time will tell what the future holds for Romania. So we get the same what we got for the last event. But, so we'll take that, and now stop doing that, and we can finally start working down the Michael's government route. The Royal Legionary conflict has led the nation to complete ruin as the two leaders let their squabble turn into senseless murder. With the autocrat and the captain gone, it is up to the young king and the army to pick up the pieces and rebuild Romania. Once the generals stabilize the situation, the old politicians will return and the free elections will decide the nation's future once more. And of course, we're going to choose the second legionary victory. The Royal attempt to topple Detroit. Topple may send shockwaves throughout the movement, but our resolve has proven itself stronger. People have not forgotten their true benefactors and have propelled us back into power. We make sure that the second chance will not be wasted. I am unable to figure out how you do this route with the triumph of the National Peasants' Party, which is a shame. We could go with the Market Liberals, but yeah, we want to go with the second legionary victory, and we defang the movement. Weekly war support -1%. I'm hoping we'll get rid of that. Oh yeah, weekly war support +1. So we should probably jump down here as soon as in the game. We've got to do all that anyway, so that's fine. Let's upgrade our anti-tank. Serbia's holding on. Oh, and they're gone. Well done, Romania. I approve of that. Who am I not getting stuff from? Aluminium from Serbia. Well, that makes sense, doesn't it? Oh, what am I doing? I can get it from Hungary now. Steel as well. We can get steel from the Czechs. The Czechoslovakians, rather. Fantastic. Sadly, we don't have any rubber supplies, so I guess I'll go for the Socialist State of Thailand. When did that happen? You're a puppet? Didn't even realize that had happened. Afghanistan's holding on against Iran. Shall we see what the casualties? Why is the Australasian... Why are they at war with so many people? That is a very interesting flag. Yeah, this war. Oh, 85,000 to 43,000. I thought you would maybe have done a little bit better than that. I'm supporting the federal government. Ah, yeah, I'm not surprised by that. Oh, Quentin Roosevelt's here now. Russia offers us an alliance. We received a request today from Moscow itself. They wish to invite us into a mutually beneficial military alliance. While the Russian Empire certainly needs all the help it can get in these uncertain times, we should also contemplate the risk of being brought into unwanted entanglements with other nations. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not joining Russia. I've decided against that. I need to remember, actually, that Albania's guaranteeing my independence, and I'm also guaranteeing theirs. So nice not having any negative national spirits now. Everything is fantastic. Yeah, the Ukraine is about to die. Declare readiness for war. Yeah, we're ready to go. The legation cities has joined the Reichspakt. Okay. That is an interesting development. Sigmund Bondheimer, financial expert, -5 consumer goods. That's pretty good, actually. Qing government is not having a good time right now. 1940 general election. When the dust settled, King Michael's military government have made true to their promises and organised the country's first free election in some years. While many fear the return of Legion into power, the National Liberal Party, the PNL, has enthusiastically campaigned as Romania's only hope to secure democracy once more. Konstantin is currently leading the party, focused on a programme of economic development and self-reliance and securing the democratization of the country. On the far right, the Legion of Archangel Michael, commonly known as the Iron Guard, gathers strength one more time despite the recent troubles. Should they succeed, they would gain a popular mandate that may just put life back into their movement. Failure, however, will likely mean the collapse of the movement altogether. There is little unity among Romanian Democrats outside the PNL. The Peasants' Party, while influential in Moldavia, remains marginalised, where the National Liberals remain dominant. In Transylvania, the Romanian National Party is solidly in control. Two parties have been unable to form a coherent coalition to oppose the PNL. On the left, the Romanian Social Democratic Party remains unable to make headway outside of the urban workers, while radicals are largely irrelevant. So I think possibly to get the other option, you might need the radicals to gain power, like these ones that I've not done. That probably opens them up. Not too sure though. But anyways, we're going to go with the Legion secures Parliament once more. Horia Sima becomes the new head of government. The Legion is back in control. Flamboyant Brute. Hand of the King. We have Marshal of the Palace. Ion Mota. And Climb. Grand. Right, anyways. Let's go ahead and do the second legionary victory. The royal attempt. Oh yeah, we found that. Don't need to read that again. Bulgaria, you're looking kind of a little bit thick again. How strong is your army, actually? You've not done a bad job of building it back up, I guess, from the terrible remains that it used to be. Oh, factions of the Legion. Nice. They'll come in handy. When am I going to be able to core this land? I need to look at that, actually. What I need to do is actually upgrade our fighters. Renew pride. At long last, the shame of the defeat in the First World War has been avenged. Not only have we successfully cast off the treaty yoke, we have also successfully reunited our kin beneath our banner. Let all Romanians rejoice, for the finest hour has come. Yeah, I'm presuming after doing this we'll get the cores. And then we can do Old Entente ties. 1916, Romania joined the Entente powers at the height of the Russian victories against the Central Powers. While we were defeated, the remnants of the Entente persisted through capitulation and revolutions. Now Romania is free and independent once more. We are naturally gravitating towards our former allies, and we should formally request to rejoin them in their noble endeavour. I do quite fancy getting revenge on the Germans. And we are in a fantastic position to do so, because we have a massive border with them. We do have, of course, the Romanians, not Romanians to deal. Yes, I'm going to deal with myself. We have the Bulgarians to deal with once again, though. But then that would allow me to cement my control over the Balkans even more by securing Bulgaria. Then I guess we could strike the Russians and get Serbia. We could also then go after Greece, but Greece will hopefully join the Entente, which would be nice. And Albania, well, King Zog's here. Hopefully it'll join as well. Then that would allow us to actually push into Turkey. We should do that. That would then allow us to have access into the Black Sea, as well as having the Bosphorus Strait under our control. Anyways, the Ukraine has died. Now, I don't know if the Russians are going to come after us. They don't have any claims on our territory. which is good. But you never know, they may come for us. Germans are managing to kind of hold the front slightly. Two Sicilies in the Reichsbank. How's the Entente getting on? I don't even think the Entente's at war with the... They're not, because they're still dealing with the American Civil War. So it could be very beneficial to get over there and actually help them out with that. Saying that, it looks like it's not going too badly. Australasian Confederation's out over here with Prince George in charge. The Combined Syndicates has pushed into some of Canada, like Toronto's currently under their control. They've pushed into Manitoba and Saskatchewan. They've pushed into both of those provinces, so Canadians are they're doing okay. Let's define the movement. As much as our more unique approaches to problems have helped us in the past, the fact that they led to problems is undeniable. We should at least make a token effort to seem more respectable, even if behind the scenes we are just the same as ever. Actually, let's go ahead and do Renew Pride first. Seems like the best thing to do. I'm hoping it'll give us the cores. Right, let's go ahead and do Mechanized Offensive. I am also tempted to maybe actually create 40 with combat with divisions. Oh, the Argentinian Free Territory has been defeated by Brazil. Wow, the Brazil literally just pushed through there into Argentina. That's pretty well done by them, actually. It's very well done indeed. I guess we'll start researching tanks. Hopefully going to have an industry capable of producing some. If I was to create... I'll change it. Wait, do we have a division on that? We do. Where is he? I'm going to presume he's in here. Yeah, he is. The Motamarin Legionnaire Corps. Right, well, it's not going to bind this. It's just going to get modified to the 40 combat with. Not Mountaineers. Yeah, I want to see if we're going to actually have the capabilities to actually do this. I don't know. We might. I don't know if we can do it to our whole army right now. I didn't mean to do that. What am I doing? No, get the militia out of there. Get engineer, supporting tank, and yep, cavalry recon. Manpower is going to be our issue. I'm going to save that. We'll maybe get some divisions out for that. A deal with the devil's been signed. I should have went to war economy when I was at war with the Austrians. How the hell is the deal with the devil even going to work out? And the French have landed over here now as well. That removes our stability, but see, it doesn't really matter the effects that does really. Well, when I say it doesn't really matter the effects, like enacting this will spend Cardinal's political influence. Don't need to worry about that because it's not gonna have any effect. I'm surprised you've been left alone. I thought the Russians would have striked you. Okay, up to 78 divisions now. Alright, White Ruthenia has capitulated. How were the casualties in the second Weltkrieg? If I can actually find which one it is. It must be the fall of Boston. Which one even is it? It's not that. That's the Entente. Ah, the Reichsbank here. Germany's lost 1.34 million, 234,000 for the Japanese, which have lost the majority to the German East Asia. 1.28 million for the Russians, and 1.22 for the Commune of France. So it's only 1940, but the Russians are pushing in. But the border is getting shorter and shorter, so Should be able to hold on. Saying that if I was to actually push through Czechoslovakia right now, I could do some devastating damage. Devastating damage. Already up to extensive conscription as well. Oh, 12 oil. That could be useful. Should also get the strike like lightning. Get that just for the division speed, reconnaissance, the armor division speed, and mechanized attack. Seems like a good idea. Further, just add bonuses to that. But we have now renewed our pride. What a glorious, glorious day that we just unlocked some decisions. We did. Together, now and forever. We'll have a look at those in a second. I am just going to go ahead and do the Old Entente ties. Right, so because the Romanian lands across the Carpathians have been under foreign domination for so long, integrating them will be a significant task. For economies are geared towards their old oppressors. Trade and administrative relations must be shifted toward Bucharest and for benefit of the ethnic Romanians of the region, not foreigners in their bloated feudal estates. So, Union zealous with integration of Transylvania. Oh. Now together and forever. The Great Union. Gosh, we've got a lot to do here. So, I guess we'll kick this off. We'll kill our war support, but that's fine, it's not 100%. And the pacification of Siegerland. Hungarian majority region in eastern Transylvania will be difficult to integrate in the Greater Romania, for they are openly hostile to it. Nevertheless, the army and gendarmerie will make sure to maintain order and ensure that local land reform can be properly enacted. Now, weekly war support is going to take a hit, but then that allows us to integrate the territory. So let's do that, and land for Romanians. Weekly manpower, weekly stability. With Transylvania ours, it is only natural that we apply the land reform bill there. So greatly empower formerly oppressed local Romanians and disposes the foreign Magyar nobility, allowing the former to take their rightful place in the region's economy and administration, and dismantling the latter's iron grip on the region. Yeah, let's do it for that as well. Oh, there we go. There's the integration of Cluj, Banat, Partium, Transylvania, Cernatu, and Sugeva. Wow, the deal with the devil lasted long, didn't it? Great, that is fantastic. And what we'll do is we'll start research on the IAR-29. Get our CAS updated. We'll also go into industrial concern, and we can't yet. We need the Malaxa, which we can go ahead and do. We should probably do that. But we'll finish off the episode with the Old Entente ties. So we're going to be changing that, what, zealous? Yeah, Unionist zealous with the integration of Transylvania. Alright, we lose the attack bonuses, but that makes sense. Qing is getting invaded by everybody. Yasuhito wanted to jump on in. This is the thickest I've ever seen the Guangzhou Federalist government, I think. That is the thickest they've been. And they also have them as a puppet to Hanan clique. Party of Communion seems to be struggling a little bit. I thought they were actually going to just walk over them there. I thought they were at war for a second with that front they have. Oh, and Afghanistan's actually been defeated as well. Oh, the Iberian Federation has joined the Third Internationale, and Portugal actually took Galicia from them. The French have kind of pushed the Nancy a little bit. They've got through some of the forts. Interesting. Mongolia has declared war on Qing. So basically, Qing is surrounded by enemies. Yep. If only that clique was to join in, they would be literally screwed. Well, let's do the R2. Let's get that researched. It's very up to date now. 5 years behind in tank tech. Not good. But we've had bigger problems to deal with. You're helping the Germans? How dare you help the Germans? No, this is not allowed. So the Entente are, their homecoming plan is well and truly hit the fan right now. That is out the window. I'm gonna have to go over there and help, aren't I? That's just how it's gonna go. I'm gonna have to get over there and help them win. Gosh, we can't rely on them to do anything. Union Day, we'll get some more political power. That'll come in useful for the rest of these. The old Entente ties. Does it actually do anything? Oh, join the Entente. Yep, let's do it. I would like to join the Entente, please. But we don't have the eclipse. Do you know what? We can do this, which will hopefully then allow us to do the cross brotherhoods, which would be quite nice. Quite nice to do both of them, actually. I'm gonna go ahead and defang the movement first, though. Are the Canadians going to accept my offer? Romania rejoins the Entente. Oh, Qing's pieced out. They still have some control. Unsurprisingly, Entente has accepted our request. We are now once again part of the Entente, arm in arm with the true governments of France, Britain, Romania's true allies and friends. Boom. Romania has joined Entente. Who is justifying on me already? Serbia is justifying on Croatia. We knew that. It's not going to happen though. Look at that. The Entente has got a nice wee bit of control over Europe now. Germany's really losing to the Russians now. Maybe we do want to jump on in against them as soon as possible. At least with Bulgaria, what we can do is we can just set our troops to just sit on the border there. We can then move the Greens. I'm not going to go over war with Russia anytime soon. So I might even just try and push through Austria. That's a bigger front if we just consolidate our guys here. We can maybe push up and cut off the ones at the fort. That would be helping the Third International out, but no, I don't know. We'll come up with a plan. I do want to do a lot more of this stuff as well next episode. We'll be focusing a lot on this. Because we need to actually complete a lot. Let's complete Decision Monetary Union, undo foreign influence. I'm guessing these will unlock some of those. Anyways guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I shall be back very soon for another episode. Until then, take care. Cheer bye. The now.